Hi my friends, we are discussing goal setting. In the previous episodes, I discussed about what is a goal, what is the long-term goal, what is the medium-term goal, what is the short-term goal, how the goal has to be chunked into manageable size, right? And how the goal should fit in the SMART format, right? All those things we discussed. Still, it's not how prepared are you, how much detail you have worked. Even though you have done all this, it's not going to be a cakewalk. So we are going to discuss what will stand in the way of reaching your goal. I listed these factors in my time management seminars. I thought I can present it to you. I have also displayed it here. For example, you may not know the basic time management tools, or even if you know, you may not be able to implement it. For example, how to set priorities, which we will discuss it in the episodes to come. Time zone, time frame. Again, we are going to discuss this. Time zone is what is that you are going to do in a zone. Like for example, we talk about no litter zone, no horn zone, like that. So fixed activities for a fixed period of time, time zone. Time frame, start point, end point, which we will discuss it a little later. Your habits and traits may stand in the way. For example, if you are a procrastinator, if you are a lazy person, right? If you are a person who do not conform to time commitments you have made, right? Habits, the time you go to bed, the time you get up, your habits of keeping your desk clean, right? All those will stand in the way. Most important thing is your interpersonal relationship, the way you communicate, your EQ, emotional quotient. We are going to discuss a few chapters of what's called emotional intelligence by Daniel Goleman. That's very, very important. Your ability to motivate people, build a team, right? Lead a group of people, your ability to empower your team, all these things will contribute to your goal accomplishment. If you are going to be falling short in these areas, it's not going to help you reaching your goal. Then how well are you managing people? Do you know how to have a control on the people? Now, there are two terms I have discussed. Leadership is different, managing is different. Leading is different, managing is different. So, that is going to be an important factor. Then, what about your knowledge, your domain knowledge, your cognitive area? What type of diplomas and degrees you should have, what certification you should have, that is very, very, very important. That will stand in the way. If you don't have, for example, the knowledge of computing, it's going to hinder your goal accomplishment, right? Then what about your energy management, your physical energy, your mental energy, right? You may not be able to reach your goal if you are weak in both mind or body, or if you are not going to have that stamina, you're going to have a problem. In fact, I keep telling people that two things you should do. Either you seek a job which will match your body strength, mental strength, or if you don't have that choice, you have to mark up your body strength and mental strength to suit your job. So the energy management is very, very important. And what about the tools and infrastructure? What type of a mobile phone you are having? What type of a computer you are having? What type of infrastructure you are having? So that is very, very important, tools and infrastructure. Then your emotional qualities play a very, very important role. For example, your attitude, right? In fact, maybe sometime in this series of episodes, I'm going to discuss with you what's called attitude engineering, right? Your attitudes, for example, are you broad-minded? Are you helping? Are you a good listener, right? How well you take criticisms, right? How do you praise people, right? How do you seek favor? How do you respond to requests? All these things are attitude, emotion, as I mentioned, emotional intelligence. Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you irritated? Is your negative emotions standing in the way of a goal accomplishment? If so, how are you going to overcome that? Your ego, your feelings, right? Your drive, your punctuality, your values are very, very important. These things will definitely stand in the way of your goal if you are not matching your goal with these finer qualities, right? And most important, the mind-brain linkage. I have discussed a lot on the split brain theory earlier. So you need to list what stands in the way. In fact, this list is not exhaustive. I just gave a sample. So whenever you are not able to reach your goal, check, are you falling short in any of these parameters? If you are falling short in these parameters, you have to equip yourself. As I mentioned to you, a goal setting is not done on a piece of paper. A goal setting is a strategic document. Especially when you are talking about huge, big, hairy, audacious goals. So take an inventory of all these things. Maybe you can think about one aspect of this every week. For example, 1 week you talk about or you think about your ability to set correct priorities, time zone, time frame, adherence. Another week you talk about or think about your habits and traits, or a third week you discuss and evaluate your interpersonal relationship. Like that you go on introspecting. Goal setting is not just a day's work. It's not done in a time management seminar. It is an ongoing process. Whenever you come across hindrances to reaching your goal, these are the things you should keep in mind. See you in the next episode. If you are not subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe and press the bell button. All the best.